security or collateral that I will hold in order to do business with you. They break open your house one time, they rape your mother, they rape your father, they rape your brother, they rape your sister, they rape your auntie, they rape your auntie, they rob you of all your jewels, they take your car if you have a license firearm, they take your firearm and they go on with that. And those that are supposed to vote for this bill, for the next year, you all are pleased and it's okay with that. What are they smoking? You cannot come and tell Saieed, well, hear this now. Saieed, mass mandatory, here we go. It come to an end. And then you come and tell me, here we go on Saieed. If you go to the supermarket, the grocery, or the malls, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you go to a pharmacy, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you're traveling, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the transportation hub, you have to wear your mask. If you go to church, Saieed, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the school, Saieed, you're wearing your mask. If you go to a barber salon, you go to the theater, you're wearing your mask. Which dum-dum in Trinidad and Tobago will go in a theater and buy a popcorn and a juice and sit down and wear a mask? Tell us! If every councillor go through their constituency, do video clips like this and send it for us, I'm gonna be so happy just to play it on our program on a Wednesday night. You know why I would be happy? I will be filled with joy in my heart. You know why? Because the councillor is getting off their butts and they are actually going and doing some live video shoots. Real Talk took the initiative to find out suppliers of wheat in the world that National Flour Mill could go to. So now Romano is saying the company is not going to raise any price in the near future. Why? Why? Is it because the S-boss and they realize now that, hey, it is in the public domain that we could go right Mexico and buy flour and wheat? We could go right China and buy wheat? I am about change. And thus far, Real Talk is very effective in Trinidad and Tobago, coming towards making changes for the citizens. Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez have urged the population to appreciate and be grateful for the availability of the utilities. This, as Gonzalez recalled, time in his life when he had to fetch water using a bucket from a nearby river. Gonzalez, I want you to understand something. I want you, Mr. Gonzalez, to understand something. You are being paid thousands of dollars by public utility, by the finance ministry, to govern WASA. Come on. To govern WASA, I want you to understand that you ain't going in no office for no free code. You are being paid. Do not tell me that I, Saieed, have to be grateful for the water I get it. Let me tell you something, Gonzalez. Every 4 months, I have to pay $400 and I get water once a bloody month. So don't come on a media briefing and say, Saieed, you have to be contented. You have to be happy. Marvin, the next best thing for you to do is to resign and get the hell out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. A special good night to you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, and Ramadan Mubarak to the Muslim brothers and sisters around the world. So, viewers, as you all know, I'm a licensed money lender. Those of you looking for cash borrow, it's not a problem. We can do business. My office open from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Numbers on screen, viewers. Just call the numbers Monday to Friday between the working hours. Set up an appointment. Come down and meet with one of my staff. They are highly trained and dedicated to serve you. We also have a location at San Fernando, viewers. Feel free to contact us. 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village in San Fernando. And in Shogunas, number 14 Caroni Savannah Road in Shogunas. You can't miss our building, viewers. It's a tall 3-story brown glass front building, and there's a sign in front of our building, Real Talk Group of Companies. Remember that. So, viewers, our credit union, Real Talk Credit Union, is open to the public, viewers. Remember that. You can come in and set up a fixed deposit. You can come in and open a savings account, a shares account. We invite you to come in. So, viewers, just now, Real Talk Credit Union will be in Guyana also. We expanding. Real Talk Finance and Investment is in Guyana. Real Talk Credit Union will also be in Guyana, Grenada, Barbados, and in Dubai. Those are the 4 countries that Real Talk plans to drop a financial building. So yes, we expanding. Now I will tell you something. A lot of individuals might want to criticize the credit union. A lot of individuals might want to criticize Real Talk Credit Union and say, oh, they might end up just like the Hindu Credit Union. But I want to ask you something. The Hindu Credit Union was in Trinidad without expanding outside. So Real Talk Credit Union is a credit union, will be expanding outside. You know why? Because I have a vision. I am a leader. I am not a follower. I keep saying that I am not a follower. I will extend business in Caribbean countries, even in Dubai. Even in Dubai. So that is how big, viewers, Real Talk Credit Union is going to go in Trinidad, of the Caribbean, and even in the Middle East. Why? Because I could do it. That is why. So it ain't nothing like failing or we falling and no. I could guarantee you that. I could guarantee you that. Another thing is that as Ramadan starts today, I got some hampers yesterday. I forgot to mention on our show, on our Monday night program, that those of you who need hampers, you can contact me tomorrow, viewers, 2386716 or 3391670. Give whoever answers the phone, give them your name, where you're from, and you can collect a hamper. It's Ramadan time, and everybody knows I loves to give. We give a lot of charity. So remember that. You need a hamper in your household, contact me. So the whole month of Ramadan, viewers, we will be giving out hampers to the needy. So as we start our program tonight, Haitian Prime Minister Ariel Henry has announced that he would resign once a transitional presidential council is created, bowing to international pressure to save the country overwhelmed by violent gangs that some experts says have unleashed a low-scale civil war in Haiti. Henry made the announcement after officials, including Caribbean leaders and the U.S. Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, met in Jamaica to urgently discuss a solution to halt Haiti's spiraling crisis and agreed to a joint proposal to establish a transitional culture. Gosh. So viewers, as long as this is met, once these criteria are met by the Haitian Prime Minister Ariel Henry, he would resign his position. Imagine across Israel, Israel terror taking place in food is a problem in the country. Thank God we ain't reached that state in Trinidad. We try not to reach there. We have the farmers planting up their land as much as they could. Moving along, viewers. We go to the Prime Minister. Prime Minister Dr. Saieed Ali have stated that he has not received any requests from anyone representing the families of the diver in the Paria tragedy, seeking a meeting between him and the family. Hey, boy. Responding to a question from MP Rudinat Indar Singh, Dr. Rowley stated that he indicated that members of the family wanted to meet with him. He added that if such a request came, he would meet, but he have not seen no such request.
Madam Speaker, I made no commitment to reach out to any family to hold any meeting. I did indicate when I was told that members of the family or a member of the family wanted to meet with me and whether I would meet. And I indicated that if such a request came, I would meet with. I have received no such request.
So now, to the families of the victim, get your lawyer to send a letter to the Prime Minister stating that you want to have a meeting with him. Now, the Prime Minister is willing to meet. He is willing to meet only with requests coming from the family. The Prime Minister never said he is not going to meet with them. Once they made a request to him, he is going to meet. Now, Indar Singh asked Rowley if the cabinet had considered or given approval for any kind of gratuity payment being made to the family. However, Speaker Anna Bridget George ruled that the question out of order. Anna said George is the wife of Paria Fuel Trading Company Chairman Newman George. Hold on with the video. Now I'm going to tell you something. Since she is the wife of the chairman of Paria Fueling, I want to believe anything the UNC asks. I want to believe anything that the UNC asks, she's not going to let it pass. Anything concerning Paria and the Prime Minister's side have to answer, I do not think Bridget Anna George will allow the present administration to answer on the opposite side. Because why am I saying that? Indar Singh asked Rowley if the cabinet had considered or given approval for any kind of gratuity payments made to the family. House Speaker Bridget Anna George ruled that the question is out of order. Trinidad and Tobago now wants to know. Trinidad and Tobago wants to know if the government is looking at Paria to pay some form of gratuity to the families. The citizen of Trinidad and Tobago is also looking at Paria. So Bridget Anna George, why are you not allowing the opposite side, which is the opposition, to ask Dr. Rowley and his administration issues concerning the divers? Why are you not allowing the questions? Why? Are you defending anyone? I'm just asking you on national television. Are you defending Paria? Because I will tell you something, I will tell you something. No wife will go against her husband. Let me say this again. Bridget Anderson George, who is the House Speaker, she is the wife of Newman George, who is the chairman of Paria Fuel Trading Company. So if any question is being asked from the opposition to the Prime Minister, passing through Bridget, let me tell you something. Only ain't gonna get no answer. That is a halting question and answer right there. You know why? Like I said, I don't think Bridget is gonna allow the UNC to ask the PNM anything concerning that. She will overrule. Out of order. It is not listed. You can't ask them that. Because one question just got struck down. That question was out of order, according to Bridget. You see, Bridget getting she monthly salary. The family is getting any salary? No, their husband and their brother drowned. And nobody want to come out and say anything. Bridget, if that was your family, Bridget, if that was your son, what would have happened? You would have gotten answers already. Because if that was my son, Bridget, it ain't nothing like you stopping and answering, Bridget. I tell you point blank, hey, watch my Miss Lady, step aside. It's not your son, it's not your family, it's nothing to you. Step the hell aside. That's just Saieed. That's just Saieed. However, viewers, listen to this.
Prime Minister, given the current financial status of the families and taking into consideration recommendation 39 of the Commission of Inquiry has pointed the government in a direction of assisting the families without admitting any liability from a pariah point of view. Has the Cabinet given approval or consideration to implementing recommendation 39 of the Commission of Inquiry?
Member, I rule that question out of order.
Get out of order, so we can't get no answer from the Parliament through Bridget. Why? How come? Oh, I forget, Bridget. Those people do not belong to you. So Trinidad today, we're going to get no answer from that. That's why I say you defending. You do like you had to collect the money. I say you do like you have something to get there. But then again, you're defending your husband's position too. Previously, Attorney Prakash Ramada suggested that gratuity payments of $5 million to each family of the divers. Fair enough? Up to now, Commission of Inquiry closed. And up to now, we ain't getting nothing solid. The family ain't getting nothing solid. They might even got proper closure. $15 million spent. The government paid a team $15 million in a commission of inquiry. How much the family get? Did the family get $1,500 to make a grocery? Budget! Did you donate anything to the family? Did the company donate anything to the family? Come now. There's something in the house. Defend somebody through accident self. On January 19th, The Paria Commission of Inquiry said, there is not a strong enough case to recommend the prosecution of anyone or any one individual. However, the law permits a corporate or corporation to be charged with manslaughter. Now remember, attorneys came out and told them that. The attorneys representing them, I believe all Prakash Ramada herself came out and said, Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj came out and said, corporation to be charged with manslaughter. The law permits that. So what does he keep back now? Bridget, what does he keep back? You could answer Trinidad and Tobago. What does he keep back? What is the process with that? Is it being hauled up because people in high places? You know I'm asking, Bridget? Since you're not allowing no questions to be answered by the present administration, I am asking you now. Embarrassing ask if Paria Board of Directors would be removed before any meeting takes place between the PM and the families of the divers. However, Rowley replied, notwithstanding the best effort of the opposition at cherry picking contestant or the content of the Commissioner of Inquiries, he said, would keep his office far away from any legal exposure to taxpayers. Listen.
Madam Speaker, notwithstanding the best effort at cherry picking, as Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago facing this legal conundrum and liabilities wherever they may lie, I will take very good care to ensure that I do not involve the office of the Prime Minister in any legal exposure for the taxpayer.
Listen this, Trinidad and Tobago. In response to the question from the opposition in the House on January 25th, Rowley said the government could not direct Paria at the time to make any financial payments to the family of the divers. So I am asking Dr. Rowley now on national television, who does the family members have to go to direct Paria for some financial assistance? Who does the family have to go to? Because you already made it clear you cannot direct Paria to pay any financial. Good? All well and good. We understand that clearly. Who does the family needs to go to direct Paria Fuel to pay financial assistance to the family? Who do they have to go to? Newman George? Oh God, look who the chairman. The chairman. Does the chairman have that heart for the family? Because Bridget don't want answers to be given to the opposition and Trinidad and Tobago. Technically, who you defended? You defended your husband. In what position? Being the chairman of Paria. That is what you did just now. Director, run back that video again. I'm misleading earlier. Watch this.
Madam Speaker, notwithstanding the best effort at cherry picking, as Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago facing this legal conundrum and liabilities wherever they may lie, I will take very good care to ensure that I do not involve the office of the Prime Minister in any legal exposure for the taxpayer.
Who does the family have to go in order to get some financial assistance from Paria? Bridget, could you direct the families where to go? Could you direct them where to go? Since you are the one who would not allow the question to be asked, can you direct the families where to go, Bridget? Because with a husband not a wrong, or a son not a wrong, which they are breadwinners of the family, who's supporting? Bridget, who is supporting them, darling? I rough around the edges bad, you know. Very, very bad, I rough. So viewers, we went for a short commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to hear somebody's interested in buying the Point-a-Pierre refinery after this.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday. When life throws you a curveball, and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Report Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Report Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Remember, we had Real Talk offer you 4% from next week. From next week, Real Talk Credit Union is going to offer you tell us something, an interesting rate on fixed deposit in Real Talk Credit Union. But you see, next week Monday, you're going to get that. You're going to get that. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley have stated that at least one buyer has expressed interest in the Point-a-Pierre refinery and will be coming to see its data room in next week or two. Speaking at a media briefing, the PNM said the government has been keeping the issue of the refinery out front, as when they go to these big gatherings, there are a lot of people who are in the business. He stated that the refinery was taken out of operation because of an inadequate local oil supply, and purchasing oil was big money loser. Listen to this.
Yeah, we keep this issue out front all the time. In fact, one of the things we do when we go to these big gatherings where a lot of people who are in the business, we keep it out front. Because you must remember, the reason why our refinery has been taken out of operation is because there was not an adequate supply of oil. from our own sources, and that our purchasing of oil and attempting to be a refiner of other people's oil was a big money loser in Trinidad and Tobago. Those are the 2 points that caused us to come out of the business. So we always hold it out in hope that someone with access to oil or someone who wants to get into the refining business to be a refiner, which is predicated on a supply of oil that they may have, those discussions are always with us.
Trinidad and Tobago, you know what I don't understand? We have a refinery. A refinery is what we have in Trinidad. Buying oil, refining it, and selling it back to other countries. In Trinidad here, they are saying that is a losing business. They say it is a losing business. Guyana is going to build a refinery very soon. Do you think a refinery is a losing business? When you buy one product, you are getting at least 5 different products from that one product when it's refined. Is that a losing business? I'm asking you. You see, when they don't know how to manage something, they will always say it is a losing business. You know why? Because you, as the individual, lack managing skills. You can tell me one product. When you refine one product, you're getting 4 or 5 different products from that one product. And that is a losing business. This is a losing business. These 4 or 5 products you're getting from this one product is being exported all over the world. So how the hell now this 5 product will be a losing business to this one product? You think about it, Trinidad. Caller, good night.
Hello.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Yes. Saeed, I want to know about the Speaker of the House.
You want to know about the Speaker of the House?
Yes. She is the most useless person I've ever seen on the face of this earth. Every time the opposition asks a question, oh, it's not relevant. So, her children are sleeping on the warm beds and eating a proper meal. But these are people who died. Their children don't know where the next meal coming from.
Correct.
And she always saying, oh, that's not relevant.
Correct.
You know what? She should be out the door cutting cane somewhere instead of having that job. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Bridget's supposed to excuse herself from the house. You know why? You know why? State company. To start with, right, number 1. Their business would be talked about in the parliament. When the opposition asks a question, they expect to get answers from the administration on the opposite side. But there's somebody in the midst, which is Bridget, who is pausing all questions, who is stopping all answers from coming. So how the hell now the opposition and Trinidad and Tobago is going to get answers? Every time Bridget turns down a question, how? How are we going to know? Ask yourself that, Trinidad and Tobago. If every time this woman turns down a question based on the divers and the present administration have to answer, if every time Bridget turns down a question, how the mother in hell we go get answers? Answer that, Trinidad and Tobago. Answer it. Let anybody on the PNM side answer that. I wonder if Bridget herself could answer that. This is why they don't like me. I will give Jack where the jack is supposed to be, and I will take the hammer and nail it on the nail head. You can't like me for that, you know why? When I seeking answers, all you're turning me down. Well, why the hell you there every time that is you raise? Go for a lunch break. Let somebody else step in on behalf of you. Because Trinidad and Tobago is seeking answers, and you, dear lady, you alone is preventing Trinidad and Tobago from getting answers. Every time the opposition asks something, oh, don't ask that. Oh, they can't answer that. Oh, that is out of order. Oh, for God and heaven's sake, that's not relevant. Really, Bridget? What is the purpose of you on that seat? What is the purpose of you, Bridget, on that seat? If every time the opposition asks a question, they can't get an answer. What you collecting free money just for sitting down on the seat? You serving no purpose. None. If a simple thing as embarrassing asking the Prime Minister, does Paria have any intention to pay gratuity to them? Oh, that question out of order. So, Bridget, if you have a maid in the house, Bridget, and the maid come to you, well, you know, madam, I need to get tomatoes, we go tell you, that question not relevant? That's we go tell her? Come now, man, you're educated, you're sitting down on a chair, representing Trinidad and Tobago, use your common sense. The family what answers, Trinidad and Tobago what answers. Let me tell you something, Bridget. Every time you do something like this, you know people praying against you, and are praying to God is answer. You know anything about that? By you refusing the opposition to ask a question that even the family would want to know. They're crying. They're praying. Who you think that's falling on, Bridget? It's not falling on Saeed. It's falling on you. That is who is falling on you. Their tears are falling on your shoulder and on your head. I'll tell you something, Bridget. Money can't buy happiness here, and I want you to understand that. You, Bridget, I want you to understand that. Money go buy a nice car to carry you from point A to point B. But watch, man, the way how you going to be uneasy in that car, you bet you didn't have the car. So here it is. Rowley said, anyone interested? We staying with the oil here. Rowley said, anyone interested would find all the information they need in the data room and add if they think there are opportunities to talk further, they will. He added that there were discussions in Guyana about one interested party may put things in place about acquiring a refinery within a week or two. Now listen.
And we did have some of it in Georgetown. In fact, there's one party, having heard us, has gone off to put things in place to come and look at our data room, because we maintain a data room at Pointe-a-Pierre, Guacara. So any person who may be interested, all the information they need is in the data room. So they can come to the data room, have a look at it. So having heard us, we have at least one interested party who has indicated an interest in going to the data room sometime in the next week or two. And of course, if they think that there are opportunities to talk to us further, they will. But I don't want to come and give you the impression that, because there's a group of people who live by talking about the refinery in a context that is completely divorced from reality or common sense.
So Trinidad and Tobago, Rowley further noted that he still thinks a refinery is valuable and is available for use, but requires a substantial supply of Paria buying oil. Paria buying. Government finding money to do all sorts of things. All sorts of things. But they cannot find money to buy oil. Like I said, Trinidad and Tobago. One product. When you refine that one product, they're getting about 4 or 5 different products to sell to other countries in US currency. But apparently the board, Petrochem, their brain do not have the capacity to allow common sense to flow in their heads. Common sense is a serious thing. Not everybody can have that. So viewers, we're going for a short commercial break, but when we come back from this break, we're going to touch on Kamala. Smaller parties to stop fighting each other. After this.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday. When life throws you a curveball, and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Report Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Report Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Remember, viewers, Real Talk is paying 4% on fixed deposits. Remember that. But next week, we're going to do something different. Real Talk Credit Union is going to do something different from next Monday. So look out for a bulletin report of the highest interest. Tell us something. This credit union is the only credit union in Trinidad and Tobago going to do that. Others will be surprised. Take what I'm telling you. Real Talk Credit Union, I started at 3 years ago. Applications are at 3. And Friday last is when we got registrations, we got license, as some would say. We have everything, all the license you could think about credit union need, we have it. We have acquired. So don't call me to ask me, Saieed, you register here? Oh, Saieed, all I registered it? No, don't call me to ask me foolish question. I am saying it on national television. All our requirements, we have it. We have it. And I'm going to tell you something. Real Talk Credit Union might be the only credit union in the Caribbean that going in a different island. And we're going fast, the Middle East, Dubai. Why? I'm the president of Real Talk Credit Union. And I have a vision. I have a vision. And all will see that vision on right here in Trinidad. Back to our program. UNC leader Kamala Persad-Bissessar have stated that the United National Congress, which is ready for the next general election, will close nomination in mid-April and start screening in May. Persad-Bissessar was speaking at Monday night UNC cottage meeting at Pointe-à-Pierre. Members of the Progressive Empowerment Party, led by Philip Alexander, attended the meeting. Bissessar urged smaller parties to fight the PNM, not each other. She said the UNC is a political vehicle for all and urged smaller parties to focus on this government as the UNC remains open to all with a shared vision of removing this government in or from our country.
I want to urge other parties and persons, please, all energy and fighting spirit should be focused on this wicked government. The UNC House remains open to all with a shared vision of removing this wicked government and the vision and mission to restore good governance to TNT. Remember the days when our country was safe, when you could sleep soundly at night, when your children were protected.
The opposition leader also added that arguing publicly isn't communication, and the party needs to focus on soon to be elected.
Arguing publicly is not communication, it is noise. We do not need noise, we need focus on the soon to be general election. The life of our nation depends on all of us. Your lives and livelihoods depend on this. Can you imagine another term for this wicked, incompetent government? Heartless property tax, increased water rates, increased electricity rates. Can you imagine that?
The viewers, Persad-Bissessar warned that they warned that there will be all kinds of tactics to damage us, the UNC, as a party from within and outside. She noted that in 2020 election, 4 local representatives were promoted to parliament and hope to promote more councillors or aldermen in this election. So viewers, they have a plan, they have a mission, but on the other side, the PNM also have a plan and a mission. The Southwest Regional Health Authority is pumping $12 million into the renovation of the San Fernando General Hospital to bring it in line with the more recent San Fernando Teaching Hospital. Minister of Health Terence Dialting stated that the government had allocated $34 million for works on the San Fernando General Hospital, Eric William Medical Science Complex, and the Port of Spain General Hospital for needed refurbishment, with the work expected to be completed by February 2025. Southwest Regional Health Authority CEO Dr. Brian Amos said it will include a new roof to the old San Fernando Colonial Hospital and a paint job. There will also be an upgraded foyer and a modernized patient care with the relocation of bathrooms inside the wards. Regarding medical service, AMO added that 96% of patients at the emergency department get a bed within 24 hours of their arrival, with most people getting one within every 8 hours. Or within 8 hours. While there are calls for more medical staff and facility, they also reiterated that the government could not build enough hospital to care for the sick people. So, its action was more preventative measures. You like that? How you like that? Amazing. So viewers, just before we go for this break, Real Talk Credit Union is now looking for employees. Feel free to contact me at 239-1670 or 238-6716 for more information. Now, when you contact us, we'll give you an email address. You can send your resume. So we're looking for employees, viewers. You want to be part of Real Talk Credit Union? Not a problem. It is open to the public. Send a resume. We'll set a date where you can come in and have an interview. And you never know. You might be working with Real Talk Credit Union, who has a vision for the nation. Also, viewers, like I said at the beginning of my program, those of you who need a hamper, feel free to contact me, 339-1670. You can get a hamper. It's Ramadan time. It's a time of giving for me. I mean, even though you guys know me giving throughout the year, this month is a special month for me. Now, some of you might, for this month of Ramadan, I would not be fasting. I don't have to lie about that. Last week I was down, I was sick very bad. So I am on medication. And even though I am on medication, I will still be doing my charity. It wouldn't stop me. So if you see me in a food place, find some bus-up shot, or some chicken, or some goat or something, know that I am not fasting. Know I am on medication. This is why I'm making it public. This is why I'm making it public. Last week I had a lot of injections and drips pumping in my system. I was down really bad. I was supposed to leave to go Guyana, but believe me, this virus going around. Take care of yourself, Trinidad and Tobago. Dr. Rai Ragberu lives right opposite me. He has been my doctor for the last 4 or 5 years. And he just treats me, he says, Saieed, you know, Ramadan coming up, you know, you can't fast. You need a healthy body in order to fast. And right now, you're under the weather. So Trinidad and Tobago, in case you see me buying food somewhere or eating, no, I am not fasting because of the fact that I am under the weather, I am on medication. So we're going for a short commercial break. But when we come back, PM warn of threats, national revenues. Oh, let's see where they're going with that. Right after this break, we'll get more.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday. When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on a roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690, or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Welcome back to Real Talk viewers. Remember, we are live from Monday to Friday, 7 to 8 p.m. with a rerun the next day from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Remember that, viewers. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley have stated that the population can expect to hear him speaking extensively about the TNT's revenue in the coming days and weeks. He reminded supporters that if the government lose sight of revenue challenges, they could get into difficulties that they cannot get out of. He also stated that while TNT was once a major supplier of liquefied natural gas, LNG, to the United States, the situation have changed. The U.S. is now a major exporter of LNG and has increased its export of LNG fourfold. Listen to PM.
We have moved from being at a time when we were the major supplier of LNG to the United States. We were that. The United States was importing LNG, and Trinidad and Tobago was a seller of LNG. You know what the situation is now? The United States is a major exporter of LNG. And in the last 4 years, even as we are struggling to keep gas in our plants at the level at which we are, which is significantly down, the United States has increased its exports of LNG fourfold. When you look, what that means is that the market for energy is very soft and likely to remain very soft for quite some time.
Sometimes I doesn't know how to believe this man, you know. I really doesn't know how to believe this man sometimes. The U.S. has gone up to fourfold. They invested in order to reach fourfold. We in Trinidad, bad management, company shut down. Again, I would say, you're buying one product, you're refining one product and getting 4 or 5 different products. But that was a disaster. Bad management in Trinidad and Tobago. Bad management. One of the problems was, we cannot get crude. Venezuela's a big supplier right here. Just how the government went to the U.S. to try and remove a sanction from Dragon Field to get a license. And they could have go to the U.S. because we have a refinery and we need oil, we need gas, we need to refine to sell our LNG. Oh gosh, common sense, not everybody have that. Not everybody have that. Remove a certain sanction from Venezuela, we could purchase, whether it's gold, whether it's cash, whether it's food. You see, in Islam, we know about trade. You give me some rice, I give you some dal. So at the end of the day, I have rice and dal, and you have rice and dal. We know about trade. What do I know about? Shut down, we go buy. That is what I know about. Shut it down, we go buy. Nothing generating any funds, you know, but how we buying? How we buying? He added that the ongoing war in Ukraine is not making global oil price rise higher than US $80 per barrel at present, and hinted that they could drop. Listen.
Look, we are now in March. The harshness of winter has gone. So therefore we can look forward to a reduction in the demand for LNG. And therefore there's nothing to push the price up unless there is some humongous problem somewhere in the world. There's a war between Russia and Ukraine. That is not pushing the price of oil up. Fortunately, the price of oil is staying in the order of about $80 or thereabouts, but it could easily fall lower. People of Trinidad and Tobago, you need to educate yourself about these things. Because while we are getting our sustenance in those markets, we are not sufficiently large to influence those prices in the market. We have to take whatever price the market produces. And that is why we have to be careful with our revenue stream.
Trinidad and Tobago, you need to educate yourself. Now let me educate you for a change. I love how we say that. All you need to educate on yourself. Trinidad and Tobago, listen this. Ukraine war going on. What Guyana did with the price? Wait. What did Guyana do with the price? At the pump, they drop it. At the same time, a week or 2 weeks after, who dropped their price? Which neighboring country? Barbados. So when the war going on in Trinidad and Tobago are educating all you, as the Prime Minister said, to do. All you have to educate on yourself. I have the knowledge, I educating you. So hear this. If you're opening your fridge, I want you to close it back because you might miss this. The cabinet took a decision in Trinidad and Tobago while the war was going on with Ukraine to jack the price of gas in Trinidad and Tobago. What did Guyana do? Guyana dropped the price. A week after, Barbados dropped the price. What education you all need now, Trinidad and Tobago? Tell me. Tell Saieed. We raised the price of gas. Ukraine war going on. Barbados and Guyana, within 2 weeks, they lower their price. Saieed, you're chopping. Come good when you come in, PM. Come good when you're coming. Because I, Saieed, with the little stupid knowledge I have, I will educate the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Watch me now. I love my show, you know. They have no other like this in Trinidad and Tobago. Hence the reason why we remain #1. Caribbean. Hey, PM, come good with your team. It's Saieed you're coming up against. It's Saieed you're coming up against. You bring your team to educate Trinidad and Tobago, I will bring my team to educate Trinidad and Tobago. And you will see the different level of education all I get. I will open your eyes. I will tell you, get a calculator in your hand and check. And all you go see. Educate. I want you to understand something. I am 2 exams away from being a chemical engineer. I am an accountant. I speak in 6 different languages. I run a finance company. And I am the president of Real Talk Credit Union. Get that to knowledge. So viewers, we are out of time for tonight. But nevertheless, I'll educate you some more on another night. Good night, Trinidad.